son. Hi, I'm Diane. I'm Kim's friend, and today we're going to be cooking Cuban pork roast on the Weber kettle grill, slow cooked for probably about 4 or 5 hours, and do some black beans and rice and some fried plantains and onions and lime, salsa, guac, that whole 9 yards. So I like to cook my pork on my Weber kettle, and I do it with the indirect method. And I start off with some of these nice little lighter cubes. Makes life easier. You don't have to use lighter fluid. It makes it better. So, and I also use my charcoal chimney. And my Kingsford charcoal. Only the best. Start your little cubes. Stick this baby right on top of there. Probably wait about a half hour and we'll come back. Tell me when.
Yeah.
Hi. So we're gonna salt and pepper the bone-in pork butts. They're about 4.5 pounds a piece. The bone-in definitely keeps the flavor, so don't get the ones that are boneless. So I got 2. And I like this coarse kosher salt for these, because when you're grilling it like that and smoking it, you need a lot of salt and pepper. So, just gonna do this. Oops. And this is also coarse pepper. And then I'm just going to turn around and do it on all sides. Like that. And I like to bring them to room temperature-ish before I put them on the grill. And that's about it. Okay, so we're back and it's been about 30 minutes and the coals are ready now. They've done their thing. They're all coal grayed over, and I'm gonna put them in on each side so we do indirect heat when we cook these. So I'm gonna kind of half it here. Okay. Be careful, it's hot. And then we're gonna cover it up for about 5 minutes. You wanna make sure that your thermostat and your vents are opposite the charcoal so that it doesn't give you a false reading of the temperature. Make sure everything's open wide. All your vents are open, bottom and top. And we're gonna go in and get the pork and bring it back out. Okay, so we have our pork butts ready to go. Our pan is lined with tin foil for our Kim McMillian easy cleanup trick. And we are gonna set this over here. We're gonna put our drip pan in between our charcoals. We're gonna put our grate on the grill. If you are lucky enough to have a grill that has the grates that are, this isn't gonna work.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that didn't work. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Gotta fix it. So if you're lucky enough to have a grill that has the opening so you can add your charcoal, because we're going to be adding charcoal, because we're going to try to keep this. In the beginning, I like to sear it pretty high, just to get a nice sear on the meat. And then we're going to try to be cooking at about 275 for the rest of the time. I'm just going to place those in there. And you see it's indirect because there's no direct heat underneath. So it just kind of flows. Put this back so our thermometer is not over the charcoal. And we're just going to cover it, leave the vents open, and let it go. We'll be back. All right, so it is almost 4 o'clock, so these have been on for about 2 hours. And our temperature is at about 325. So I wanted to mention before, you could do this with a gas grill, just do indirect heat. And if you don't have these little things to put the charcoal grills in, you can just make piles on either side. So you don't have to have all the fancy stuff to do this, or you can do it on a gas grill. So these are getting there, they're looking pretty good. I'm gonna let the heat start winding down and cook them for probably another 2 hours, but try to keep it around 250. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover them back up. And I like to start more coals in my chimney and then add the hot coals to it. So I'm gonna get those started next. And when they're done in about 20 minutes, I'll put them on here and keep the temperature around between 250 and 300. Okay? Okay. All right, ready? Okay, so this is where I start my extra coal, so I can add them right to that without losing too much temperature. And I only filled it up like a quarter of the way. I don't need a lot of coals to do this because you don't want it real hot at the end. So I just get that baby up. I'm just gonna let those go. Keep an eye on them so the hammock doesn't catch on fire. And then come back in about 15 minutes when they're ready to put back on the grill. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna make our mango salsa. So I'm having mango salsa, guacamole, and we're gonna do the rice and beans. So I already cut up some of my mangoes, and I actually have 3 of them in here. So I have one left, so I can show you guys how to cut it. So you want them yellow and you want them soft. If they're green, they're not gonna be as sweet, they're gonna be more tart. So soft to the touch and yellow is your best bet. So I just cut the top off. And then what you want to do is the seed inside the mango is like flat and the same size. So what you want to do is you want to cut down into it, straight down, and you'll feel the seed. And you just kind of go along the edge like that. Go on this side of the seed, kind of do the same thing. Yeah. So what you have left is the seed in there. Okay? And then what I do, which I'm sure there's probably an easier way to do this, but this is how I do it, is just take my knife and cut along the skin to get the fruit out. See? Like that. And there you have it. Cut, cut. Throw it in there. I like a little bit of cut up red onions with it. Give it a little bit of a bite. I like a little cilantro. And then I'm gonna go over here and grab a lime. I'm gonna add some lime juice. And that's about it. Little salt and pepper, and you have mango salsa. Okay, so all good salsas need some jalapeno or serranos or something. So this is my garden, and we're gonna pick our jalapeno. Isn't that beautiful? And then I have a serrano growing over here. And I probably won't put this in with the salsas. I'll put it on the side, so depending on how hot people like things, because this can be hot. That's it. We'll go make the guac. Okay, so now we're gonna make guacamole. So I am gonna use 3 soft to the touch, dark color, ripe avocados. Easy peasy, watch. This in half. Take your knife, stab your pit, turn, and done. Easy hack as well. Hold on. Is take a spoon and just scoop out your avocado. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Really don't waste much. The only thing I'll warn you about this is there's this little knob thing that goes on the top of a guacamole. See, top of an avocado. See there? Make sure you pick that thing out. because it's hard. And if you don't, it falls in your guac, and somebody always ends up getting it. It's not pleasant. That. I love it. And one more. Get ready your little bit. Yeah. Oops. So little tricks I've learned through the years. I like my guacamole a little chunky. I don't like it real smooth, like it's been through a blender. I kind of like to taste a chunk or two. The avocado. That's why I'm keeping it like this. And I'll just kind of smash it up a little bit with my fork, spoon, fork, knife, whatever you want to use. Kind of keep it a little chunky. That one's a little too. I have some garlic minced. I like to add some garlic to it. I like to put onions in mine. Gives it a little bit of texture. We're going to add our cilantro. I like cilantro. And we're going to add a lot of lime juice. These don't have pits in it, so I'm not worried about it. Otherwise, I would be more careful. And salt and pepper. Don't forget the salt. Needs it. Everything's better with salt.
For sure.
And that's basically my guacamole. I'd add a little bit more of mine. I'm going to. That's about it. Okay, black beans and rice. Rice part's easy. I always use just white rice, long grain white rice. It's the best thing. I'm going to put a little olive oil in my pan. Put it up to, well, okay. There it goes. It's out of town for a couple of days. Probably like medium high. And start with our onions. And probably like, I don't know, half a cup, 3/4 of a cup. And I like red peppers in there too. That's about a half a red pepper. It was a pretty big red bell pepper. Just cut up, minced, small chop. And we're just gonna let that cook for probably, I'd say, 5 minutes and let everything just soften up. So, okay, so they've been cooking for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes. And they're soft. They look nice now. I'm gonna get in there. And I'm gonna put some garlic, minced garlic. We like garlic. So I just minced that up. And my little garlic cloves over here. That's what that is. And give that a stir. Wait till it's fragrant. It's not. Smells good.
It does.
Black beans. Oh, it is. Black beans. If you like your food spicy, you can add your jalapeno, your serrano, whatever you like up front. I kind of always cut it and put it on the side in case people don't like it. This is gonna cook on low. I'm gonna bring it up to a boil, let it simmer, and just let it cook for an hour.
Those are nice.
Okay, so these are ready. You good?
Mm-hmm.
These are ready. I'm just gonna grab them. Be very careful. Hot, hot, hot.
Past her beautiful garden.
And I'm gonna put half on one side and half on the other side.
Wow, look at that pork.
My little grates back there. Good. Cover up. And I should be good. That should keep me about 275, 250, 275 for quite a while. I'm gonna probably cut this down a little, and we'll probably check again in an hour. Okay, so we've been at about 275 for an hour. So it's 5 o'clock now, so they've been on since 2. And we're gonna check the temp. We're at 178. So 178. So they're done. For pulled pork, you want it to be about 190. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it on. I'm gonna open this, try to get more heat in there, and give this probably another, I'd say, half hour to 45 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna make the rice. And like I said, we do long grain rice, just white long grain rice. And when you cook rice, it's 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. So I'm gonna do, and that's probably serving for about, 6, but those are pretty small servings. So I'm gonna do 3 cups of water and 1.5 cups of rice, right? You bring it to a boil, cover it, simmer for 20 minutes. So you can do it a little bit in advance if you want. It's okay if it sits for a while. And that's how you make rice. Okay, so I didn't put my jalapeno in my salsa or my guacamole or my black beans, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it up and put it in a little ramekin so people can help themselves. So first I like to just cut it in half and just get the seeds out, like so. Be careful with them, they can be hot. Some people even wear gloves when they do this, but I don't. And just slice them up, like so. I like to leave them big. There's people who like them, and they're nice and crispy and fresh out of the garden.
Nice.
There you go. Perfect. Okay, so the rice has come to a boil, kind of a simmer. Once it comes to a boil, I'm gonna cover it, turn it down to a simmer for 20 minutes, then just turn it off and leave it until we're ready to eat. Beans are doing good. They're ready. I'm just gonna leave them on low, keep them warm, and we're gonna start our plantains next. So plantains, sweet plantains, if they're green, they're not ripe. The darker they are, the sweeter they're gonna be. These are really soft, so I'm going with these. These are the ones that I can get at the store, so this is what we're gonna use. So I've got Crisco in my pan, and I'm gonna get that going, heat that up, medium high, and I'm gonna take my plantain. They're really hard skin. It's not like it's harder than a banana. So cut each side off. Then you're gonna take your knife and you're just gonna run it down that side and then run it down that side. So it's pretty hard. And then you're gonna just peel it away. Like so. There's your plantain. I'm gonna go ahead and then what we're gonna do is cut them on an angle, about 1/2 inch thick. So, make slice it like that. So, that's about what you're looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other 2. Wait for the oil to heat up, and then we're gonna fry them up. Tested my oil with one of the plantains and it's sizzling, so we're ready. And I'm just gonna put not a lot of them in there. I definitely don't want to crowd them. I just want to keep them, have enough room so they cook evenly. I like to do it like in a circle so that I can start turning this one and I know when I put them in. Because you only want to do it for like 2-3 minutes on each side until they're brown. You'll see. And be careful, it's hot oil. That's all I'm gonna do at one time.
Mm-hmm.
See, wow. Starting. Doesn't take long because there's natural sweet in them. So that sweet gets nice and. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. How did you learn to do this?
We've always loved this kind of food, and I tell you, I did try different recipes, but I never had any luck until I just simplified it. It just didn't. I had recipes where you add sugar and you do all this stuff and you bake them and you do all this, and then just started making them as simple as possible, and they turn out great. And a big trick is salt at the end. As soon as they come out, you salt them.
Oh, okay.
And the salt is just, see, look.
Oh, wow. Let me zoom in on that. That's nice.
So that's close. And you're doing them in batches. 2 minutes, 3 minutes each side. Flip them. Now we're going to hit them with the salt. I'm going to turn that one.
I like the idea of the clockwise so you kind of know what you put in first.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Makes it easy.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. Those are done yet. Oh, that one looks done. That's weird. That's probably because it's small.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And they look delicious. And I can still smell the beans. I wish we had smell vision in here. They smell so good.
Looks like a little Pope's hat.
Yes. It's the special one.
So let's just take that out. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for.
Okay.
Take the salt. I like the coarse. Oop, little salt on there. While they're hot, sticks to it better.
Perfect.
And I'm going to keep cooking these.
Okay.
So we're on our second batch. Our first one's done over here. Just wanted to show you that I do put a paper towel down. So when that's nice and good and ready, we'll put them on a paper towel. Yum.
Yummy.
These I think I'm going to let go for just another second. Got to keep a really close eye because they go real fast. But we're going to add some salt onto these guys.
Perfect.
Okay, the timer just went off for the rice, so that's been done. 20 minutes. I'm going to leave the lid on and just let it set. We finished our plantains. We put them on paper towels and salted them. I put my oven on warm at 170, and I'm just going to pop these in there so they stay warm. I'm not cooking them anymore. I'm just going to let them sit there and stay warm. Now we got to do the onions for my husband. So I have some of that leftover Crisco oil I put in my fry pan. I'm just going to cook these slow, probably start them on medium and then turn them down. So I sliced up some regular white onions. I'm going to salt them with my coarse salt.
Whee! Opa!
I'm just going to let those guys cook down. And then I'm gonna squeeze a lime on them.
Ooh.
And that is served on top of the roasted pork.
Nice.
45 minutes since the last time I talked to you, and I'm taking them off. I'm ready. They're ready. Beautiful. Beautiful. Put it on my table. It's hot.
Those are some beautiful, beautiful roasts. Wow.
We're gonna let them rest for a bit and then slice them up and wait for our onions to get done, and then we're gonna serve dinner. Ready? So this is my husband, and he's gonna cut up the meat for us.
Hello, Dominic.
And the onions are getting good now. See how they're starting to brown in the pan? That's how you want them.
Nice.
And then we're gonna
nice.
squirt the lime in there.
Mm-mm. All right, let's see what Dominic's into over here.
Taking the right nuts, really?
Boy, that is a beautiful roast. Wow. That looks so delicious. I wish there was smell vision on here.
It's cutting like a frozen.
Yeah. Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah,
Like?
sure.
Okay.
Perfecto.
Very, very nice.
All right, Kim, so I'm gonna put my lime in here.
All right, coming over, coming over.
Just finish off with a good half a lime.
Very
Give 'em a little
nice.
toss. Let it infuse, and we're good to go. We'll be serving up some plates of food soon.
Oh, yes. Some really good groceries.
I'm gonna top my beans with some cilantro. Good healthy dose. Oh, a trick with cilantro, the stalks contain all the nutrients, or a lot of the nutrients. So when you cut up cilantro, don't be afraid to cut up the stalks as well.
Okay, okay.
It's a little different than parsley. Parsley, you kind of want to take these off the
Yeah.
stems.
Mhm.
The cilantro, you want to use the stems.
You want them in there.
Yep.
Got it.
And these are done.
Especially with tequila.
Especially.
Okay, let's fluff up the rice.
Yeah, it's really good. It's me.
Is it good?
I didn't try any of it.
Ready? Ready and ready.
All right. And then we have our plantains warming in the oven.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all of that.
We have our guacamole.
He's a ham, I knew it.
Dinner plates.
And look at this red refrigerator that the husband wrapped for the wife. All right, so I think
Oh my Lord, gosh, that's a lot. So tomorrow we're gonna have pulled pork nachos.
like the ones they serve at VIPs
Yeah.
that are so delicious. Remember you've been to that one, that little VIP Mexican hole in the wall in St. Pete?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, that place.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Okie doke.
Okay.